The Ducks make a sneaky good signing that is absolutely perfect. We get into exactly what that is in this edition of Ducks Digest. Hey, it's Mike Nelson. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I want to thank the 5% of the ones who are watching these videos who have already hit the sub button. But 94% of you have not subscribed yet. Not sure why. We are the newest Anaheim Ducks YouTube channel, bringing you everyday Anaheim Ducks content. Myself, been a Ducks fan since 2003, so help out a fellow Ducks fan and hit that subscribe button. But let's get into the story. Of course, today, the Monday after, the NHL draft that, of course, happened the last few days. The Ducks made a signing this morning. They made it official this morning. They signed Ville Husso, their a goaltender, Ducks goaltender. They're technically their third-string goaltender, right? Signed to a 2-year contract extension. That was the word from the Anaheim Ducks this morning, just a few hours ago. Ducks posting this on their website. The Ducks have signed goaltender Ville Husso to a 2-year contract extension through the 2026-2027 NHL season. Husso, 30 years old, has been a pretty solid goaltender at the NHL level. 71 wins, 46 regulation losses, and 19 overtime shootout losses in 145 career games, 138 starts. Going back, of course, with the Ducks last year, the Red Wings past 3 years, and before that, the St. Louis Blues, the team that drafted Husso, the Finnish goaltender. So he's been a pretty solid goaltender in his NHL career. Ducks got him last year from the Red Wings for future considerations, basically just gave him up for nothing back in 24. And those future considerations, by the way, I think came in John Gibson, right? A few months later, John Gibson now with the Detroit Red Wings, and Ducks got another goaltender from the Red Wings, and Peter Mrazek, who has just 1 year left on his contract, and he's going to be with the NHL team last year. Husso only appeared in 3 starts with the Ducks last year, had 13 appearances, but just 3 starts with the Ducks. He spent the majority of the year with the San Diego, of course, the Grand Rapids AHL affiliate of the Red Wings, and also with the San Diego Gulls of the Anaheim Ducks, their AHL affiliate. And he posted a 15-6 record, had very solid numbers down at the AHL level. Even had a couple shutouts as well with the Gulls, 4 shutouts with the Grand Rapids team. I believe they're the Griffins, if I'm not mistaken, out in Michigan. The AHL affiliate of the Detroit Red Wings. But yeah, the Ducks lock up Husso for a couple more years. What does everybody think? I mean, the Ducks, I think Husso is going to be with the Gulls next year. I mean, I don't think he'll be starting the team with the Ducks starting the season with the Ducks unless there's injuries, right? Because, I mean, the Ducks already have Lucas Dahlstall and Peter Mrazek, 2 guys that I think are going to be with the Ducks throughout the season, especially, Mrazek, $4 million right there. I just think that's a bit too much for him to be playing with an AHL team, at least for 1 year, right? And Husso might have his chance to be the Ducks' backup after this season, right? Because Mrazek is probably going to be here just for 1 year, right? Unless he has an outstanding season next year. I don't think we'll see Peter Mrazek spend more than 1 season with the Ducks. I could be wrong, but I think this is a 1-year rental. The Ducks are going to want to clear up more cap space there, $4 million off the books at the end of next season. So I think Mrazek will be with another team most likely after next season. I really think so. I don't know what everybody thinks about that. But yeah, Lucas Dahlstall, I think, is the goaltender of the future for the Ducks. I really think so. I think this guy is our guy. Trading away John Gibson this past week, I think kind of solidified that. It confirmed that the Ducks are 100% committed to Lucas, right? I mean, I think they are 100% committed to him eventually becoming the starting goaltender full-time for the Ducks. Right now, last year, it was kind of a couple guys. It was Dahlstall and Gibson kind of splitting the starts. Gibson had a lot of injuries, so Dahlstall ended up playing more last year. Gibson has dealt with a lot of injuries the last few years, getting up there in age, and I think it was, like I've said before, I think the Ducks made the right decision to trade Gibson at this time, right? I really think it was the right decision. We'll be talking more about that for sure in the next few days and weeks. But yeah, Ducks signing up Husso. Going to be another goaltender for the Ducks, another option that will be with the AAA team goals. And also, the Ducks extended qualifying offers to 8 of the club's restricted free agents today. Judd Caulfield, right winger. Cal Klang, goaltender. Sam Colangelo, right wing. Lucas Dahlstall, of course. Drew Hellison, Mason McTavish, Jan Mysak, and Tim Washi as well. Another player that got the offers today, restricted free agents. But a couple players that I think everybody's talking about right now that didn't get offers, and especially there's one guy, Isaac Lundestrom, the end of his Ducks career, right? Also Josh Lupina and Brett Leeson. But the big story, Isaac Lundestrom did not get a qualifying offer. I guess with the Ryan Poehling trade, there's no need for another center. So Lundestrom is an unrestricted free agent. Wish nothing but the best to Isaac Lundestrom. He was a great player for the Ducks. Always a big fan of him. I think he was great. I think he'll have we'll see how his NHL career pans out. Won't be with the Ducks anymore now with the Ducks not extending an offer to Isaac. Another thing, too, I wanted to mention was all the players that the Ducks drafted over the weekend. Of course, we've already talked about Roger McQueen, their number 1 pick, number 10 overall. Also drafted, there's number 2 pick, Eric Nielsen from Sweden, who played with Michigan State. Number 45, also Las Beluis, probably getting his pronunciation wrong, from Finland. At number 60, Noah Reed, in the 3rd round from Canada. Drew Schock, defenseman from Michigan. Big pick there. A lot of people have been talking about him. Number 101 overall. And there, of course, some other names. Another goaltender, Nguyen Schwander from Switzerland in the number 4, and the number 104 pick, 4th round. Alexis Matthew from Canada in the 5th round. And then a few other picks there that you saw. But I wanted to talk a little bit about some comments that draft pick Nielsen talked about, saying, he wants to improve his physical game. But what I really like what he said was he wants to win the Stanley Cup. I want to do everything to win the Stanley Cup. That is what he hopes to bring to the Ducks. So I think those are some pretty awesome words there from Eric Nielsen, and hopefully this guy eventually, plays with the Ducks and he does win a Stanley Cup with Anaheim, because the Ducks need a Stanley Cup. It's been too long. It's 2007. That was 18 years ago. I was just a small kid back then, and that was the last time the Ducks won a Stanley Cup, and I think it would be, super awesome for Orange County and Anaheim if the Ducks win a Stanley Cup. Looking forward to this season, and probably not a cup year this year, but hopefully they can at least compete for the playoffs, which I think everybody would be happy with. The Ducks at least competing at the end, trying to get to the playoffs again. It's been a long drought, right? 7 years. Next year will be 8 years since the Ducks played in a playoff game. As always, make sure to subscribe, and let's go Ducks. Woo!